Hello everyone, and welcome to the second reading of today. It's a Wednesday, so I'm doing these readings, short reading. I'm trying to scramble through and get them out before load shedding starts again here in South Africa, and that is rolling blackouts for those of you who do not know what load shedding means. I am using the new Palladini Tarot for this reading. I'm using very traditional tarot decks today, none of the usual fancy decks that I use. This is another very traditional Rider-Waite kind of deck, and it feels to me as if energy is changing, and perhaps I need to upgrade the decks that I use to do these royal readings, because the energy is shifting. It's a big month, the eclipses, of course, lots going on, and I know in my life a lot is going on. Positive things, not necessarily unhappy things or difficult things. Busy. Life has got busy. Life has got busy because it seems to be clicking back into normal pace. I don't know if that's the same for you, if you are experiencing that as well. Still some frustrations, still some waiting around. We've got Mercury retrograde coming up. But I'm rambling on about astrology, and I should be talking about Princess Eugenie and Adelaide Cottage, because the news came out a few days ago that the Cambridges had settled on Adelaide Cottage as the place that they would really like to move to. They're leaving Kensington Palace, moving closer to Windsor Castle, moving closer to schools that they want their children to go to, and no sooner had the news come out, and we've known that they've been looking around. It's been in the news for quite a while. I have done a reading on it, at least one reading on it before. No sooner had the news come out that the leader in the race, as far as the Cambridges were concerned, was Adelaide Cottage. Then the news broke that, in fact, Princess Eugenie had her heart set on it, and that Prince Andrew was staking a claim on her behalf, and of course rushing to Windsor Castle to whisper in the Queen's ear. My opinion, of course, and all just my opinion, tarot reading, entertainment purposes. Eugenie is living at the moment, subletting from Harry and Meghan Frogmore Cottage, but going to be homeless if Harry at least comes back to the UK at some stage. And there is speculation that Eugenie's finances are not great. She and Jack may be in some degree of financial trouble. So very convenient for them to have Frogmore Cottage, and then even more convenient if they can have Adelaide Cottage, which looks rather sweet. Very cute little cottage. I wouldn't mind it for myself, I have to say, even though I think it is in the flight path of all those planes coming in to Heathrow. So, but still, I wouldn't say no if it was offered to me. So 5-card reading, we're going to look and see how the Cambridges feel about this, how Eugenie feels about this, what Prince Andrew might be up to behind the scenes, and what the outcome is going to be. And the 9 of Swords has come out as the underlying energy of this reading. 9 of Swords in reverse. Stress and worry. And I would say extra stress and worry, even though the card is in the reverse. That is one of the ways of reading reversals, as an extra energy, and I think this is extra stress. This is a source of worry in the royal family, a source of worry for the Cambridges. All they need to finally find a home for themselves, and then to have this burst on them through the press that Prince Andrew is staking a claim for Eugenie. Eugenie is clearly a source of trouble, in my opinion. Let's say a source of trouble in the royal family. She seems to be firmly in the Sussex camp and very hostile to the Cambridges. So the news must have come to the Cambridges as quite concerning when this news burst into the public that Eugenie had her heart set on it and Prince Andrew was staking a claim. So let's see the actual situation. This is the underlying energy that sits under these 5 cards of the actual reading. Ace of Cups in reverse, and this is very upset. Somebody is very upset. We have 2 upset cards, both in the reverse. Ace of Cups is a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. And I'm reading this from 3 different perspectives. So this is a collective energy. This isn't any one particular person's energy. Ace of Cups, when it's upright, is new beginnings, a new emotional starts. Settling into a home is an emotional thing. Finding a home that fits for you emotionally. It's about energy. It's about how you feel your children will settle there, how comfortable they'll be, how safe they will be. All of that stuff. It's very emotional. And emotions are running high in the royal family. I would say the Cambridges are upset. I would say that Eugenie is upset. I'm not reading Jack's energy in this at all. I'm just reading Eugenie and Andrew's energy. And I would say Andrew is upset. He is, of course, a water sign. William is a water sign too. So there we have a lot of water, a lot of tears, maybe tantrums, and drama around this. Clearly, drama and anxiety, worry. Poor Queen is all I can say, to find herself at 96 now, surrounded by all this conflict and this fighting and squabbling over who gets what. Who wears what uniform to what funeral, and all that level of pettiness that these royal brats seem to be capable of. It really is mind-boggling. Grown men. And in Eugenie's case, a grown woman. So, how do the Cambridges feel about Adelaide Cottage? Is their heart set on it? Are their hearts set on it, let's say? Rather, how do they feel about it? No, I don't think that their hearts are set on it with death in the reverse. Don't think so at all. I think they feel almost trapped. I would think that they don't really want to be there at all at Windsor Castle with this card. Death in reverse. They would rather be somewhere probably close to Carol. And I've gone blank and can't think of Dad's. Is it Michael? Middleton, that's it. Michael and Carol, the grandparents, the good grandparents, the happy grandparents, the grandparents who stay out of the limelight by and large, who are not having books written about them, as Camilla is, poor woman. Death in reverse, stuck in a situation, a stagnant energy, needing something to change, but the change not happening. And of course, just loomed very large in my mind is a waiting almost for a demise with that card. Have to say it. I know that there is imagery in this card that is somewhat royal as well. So it first of all is telling me that they don't actually want to be there at all. They feel stuck. They feel this is a quagmire they find themselves in. This is not their first choice at all. But second of all, and possibly even the stronger energy in this card, is of waiting for a passing at Windsor Castle. And that is quite a somber card, a difficult card. So we've got some very heavy energy in this reading. Very heavy. How does Eugenie feel about this? Wow. I did say heavy energy. The Tower. The Tower being struck, everything falling down, everything that she thought. She has probably sat there for years and thought that that's mine. She's probably, and this is speculation, my opinion, she's probably mentally redecorated it. She's probably moved in already in her mind, settled in. This is her forever home. Daddy's got the Royal Lodge just round the corner. Mommy and Daddy live there. Courtesy, I imagine, of the British taxpayer. I don't know how you feel about that. This is a blow. This is a massive blow, a real shock to her. I don't think she saw this coming at all. And it wasn't in the running. So maybe the Cambridges have played a blinder and left this one off the list, because there were all kinds of things. There was the Royal Lodge, Belvedere, Fort Belvedere. There was even Frogmore Cottage was mentioned, and then it was changed to Frogmore House, but possibly both were in the Cambridges' sites or were inspected by the Cambridges, which would have been uncomfortable for Eugenie. But this is a real shock. Didn't see it coming. And out of the blue, it's come. Dreams come crashing down. Can't believe it. A real blow. This is a massive shock to her. And we have had the new moon eclipse which was very much affected by the planet Uranus, which is the shock and surprise, shock and awe card, really. And I did an eclipse reading on the royals, but I very much focused on the Queen and Prince Charles because they sit on that Taurus Scorpio axis where the eclipses are. It's coming up in May. Eugenie's been affected by this. Definitely been affected by the eclipse as well. I haven't looked at her chart specifically to see what she might have in Taurus and Scorpio, but it's there in the energy. It's absolutely there in the energy. It's bolt of lightning out of the blue. She literally cannot believe it. Got on the phone in tears to Daddy. Daddy, they're taking my house from me. How does Daddy feel? What is Daddy up to? Ooh, Daddy is the devil. Daddy is the devil with those smoking claws. Daddy is on it. He really is on it. He's furious. The devil, one of the energies of the devil is rage. It's not energy that I normally read in the card, but it is there because it's all kinds of toxic behavior that's out of control, whether it's addictions or lies or cheating or dishonesty or anger. As well, hatred, that kind of energy. He is furious. He clearly cannot stand William and Catherine and everything that they represent, and all the energy and all the focus and all the money and all the attention and all the possibilities and prospects that they have, whereas his darling daughter's world has now come crashing down, and he is on it. He is going to make trouble with the devil card. It is a whatever stirrer. The devil already been to the press and lobbed a bomb through the press at the Cambridges, and I'm sure of dashing along to Windsor Castle. He does visit every day, allegedly, and whispering in the Queen's ear. This is a really horrible reading. Really horrible. Yet again, I feel desperate for William and Catherine being surrounded by this level of toxicity in their own family. Let's see the outcome. Who's going to win? What is going to happen? 8 of Cups in reverse. Does not look like it's going to end happily for anyone. It's going to carry on just being a source of drama and conflict. 8 of Cups in reverse. It's not telling me, it's not indicating with this card that anybody gets what they want. 8 of Cups, normally you just walk away from something and say, all right, I give up, I let go. It's just causing tremendous unhappiness, and so I'm just going to walk away from it and get on with my life, leave it behind. But it's in the reverse, stuck. It's exactly the same as death in reverse. This is a stuck situation that is not going to unlock itself. Let's throw a card and see, because it's not giving me an answer. It's just saying this is an unhappy situation that is not being resolved, much like the death card in reverse. So can you give an indication, please, of who will be living in that cottage in the next remainder of this year? Eugenie, a card has already flown out. It's not who I want to see. It's the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles might show up and throw a real spanner in the works. Harry might actually show up. And then, of course, Eugenie is dislodged from Frogmore Cottage. And then there is a problem, because where does Eugenie go? This is what is the problem. This one, who may well be on his way back sooner than we all think. Just him from that card. A bit of a wild ending to this reading. More to scratch around in and look at. And wow. Okay, that's your reading. Thank you for sticking with me today, and I hope to see you all tomorrow.